What is up, Steelers Nation? Once again, it's Freight Train back with you for Off the Rails. And boy, we got a good show tonight because guess what? The Steelers pulled it off in an ugly ball game. But hey, a win's a win. They win 24-17 against those Colts. And I'm going to give them the victory whistle. Yeah. And I'm going to bring in my colleagues, starting with my main man, JT. How you feeling, buddy?
All right, man. Good to have a win going underneath our belt. Good to be able to toot that whistle, brother. Time to go off the rails here. We certainly had a few things to go off the rails with tonight. But, yeah, man, it's good to get that win. We had a feeling. We had a gut feeling. Two of us did, I believe. We'll have to go back and get into the forecast there and maybe get our data guy here, CJ, to join us to see if he's up there. What's going on with our man from Punxsy?
Hey, speaking of CJ, there he is, buddy. How's it going, buddy?
What a win, baby.
Win's a win.
Win's a
Just
win.
win, baby.
Just win.
Well, hey, once again, started off with a decent first half. Second half, not so much. What'd you guys think of the first half? Kenny played pretty well, I thought.
Yeah, it was encouraging.
I thought the first half was the best half of football that this team has played all year.
Yeah. Yeah, and you had guys that came in, Najee, I guess he's hurt again. I mean, he apparently is a walking injury this year. But you had guys like McFarland that came in and had chunk runs. Benny Snell looked good. That first half of football, man, they looked dominant, kept the Colts really, really low on offense. What'd they have, like 60 yards of offense the first half of the game?
I believe they had 13. And
even worse.
That is a testament to that defensive staff.
Najee
goes out. They're rotating McFarland. They're rotating Benny Snell. Those guys are getting the job done, right?
Yeah, they did tonight for sure.
And at the same time, you look at the offense and you look at what they want to do and how they want to set up things to accomplish stuff. And you know what? In that first half, they're good.
Right. Yeah.
They were.
There's JT, nothing to complain.
No. JT, how did it feel? How did you feel to see this running game without Najee in it and just see these guys just hit a hole and run the freaking football? Run it straight. No dancing around. Hit the hole and run.
Pretty refreshing, dude. Let's be honest. Pretty refreshing to see them hit the line of scrimmage and squirt through into the second level more times than not tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Najee a couple times had some pretty decent little bursts there, some nice little runs, and then, you could see it. They showed a replay on the sideline where it just like little extended that ankle, twisted it over some.
We ended up going out with an abdominal injury.
Yeah,
is what they say. That. So I don't know, but speaking of those guys, I mean, Benny Snell, 12 carries, 62 yards, an average of 5.2 yards a carry. That is fantastic to come in and get 5.2.
They were doing that.
I'm a certified Benny Snell hater. I think this is the best game he's played in his career by far.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's had
the best opportunities he's had.
Well,
yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah. And the thing with Benny Snell is he has to put it again next week. When we had Benny Snell last year, he wasn't stacking games. He'd have a good game, then come back the next game and not look like he did the last game. So it's about stacking it with him with the opportunities that he's getting. Now, moving into the second half of the football game.
God damn, that was ugly.
What? I mean, it was back to the same old.
That was bad.
Stagnant on offense.
They're watching it right now. Yep.
It's just like. Now, do you guys think Matt Canada played a little bit better, or do you think it was execution, or do you think it was just to make sure both, like it always has been?
I think it was the conservative, like, hey, we're up. Now, at the end of the day, they won. But I think it was more of a, hey, we're winning. We're going to go out there and we're going to make every possession count. We're going to take as much time off the clock as possible. And you know what? We don't care if we score.
Right. Until we had to.
Yeah. Well, let's run it right down until they. A couple fortunate incidents kept this from losing. Kept them from losing this game. Let's be honest here.
Mm-hmm.
Had they not fumbled in, at the 2-yard line or whatever. I mean, let's be honest. The refs were giving them every opportunity and every rechance after rechance to score a touchdown, and they fumbled down there at the 1.
Right. Yeah.
And we can't.
Well,
we got to do something with that, guys. I mean, it's a change of points, but how about we take that and go down and score a touchdown?
Well, yeah, and that I was just getting ready to say, JT, with that, within that same hand, we could have very easily been up 2 touchdowns, and it's not even close if we would just make the routine plays or catches that all these other teams are making.
Yeah,
George Pickens, bless his heart, man, he had, that great sideline catch, but I mean, he's going Ricky Bobby. He don't know what to do with his hands here. I mean,
my thought on this entire game was in the first half, everything that you would want to see to win a game, everything went right. In the second half, they struggled, and that hit them right in the face, right?
Right.
Everything didn't go right. And when it came to the coaching staff and most importantly, the offensive game plan, everything went haywire.
Right.
And it was like they left so many plays on the field, execution-wise, they could have just wiped this game out. For once, I'm not sitting here blaming Mr. Matt, the smartest man in the field.
No.
I'm not. That wide receiver room needs to look at themselves and bitch and complain. Yeah. I'm looking at you, Deontay. Make a fucking play.
I mean, talk about he's back to the same old bull crap that he has consistently done in his career. Is when he catches the ball, he runs freaking backwards. The end zone is the other way, Deontay. Run that way, not towards the line of scrimmage.
He was getting a little cute there on that one. Had he just turned it in and cut it in, he probably gained. He would have definitely got the first down on that play. There, certainly. Definitely.
And we were on this offense. That's huge. That's huge. You take a first down when you can get it.
It's like the first drive. Pickett's moving them down the field with Pickett's moving them down the field. Najee's moving them down the field. We got a holding call. It's like 1st and 17. So you put a rookie quarterback in a tough situation to succeed, right? And they still end up getting points that drive. But it's just frustrating. It's like it's such the small things with this offense, with this team that you look at, and everything is so condensed because the possession wise is so few. It's so frustrating.
Well, everything is magnified. When something goes wrong, it's magnified.
That's the exact words. You nailed it.
So, all right. Defensive side of the ball. Didn't really hear much with TJ tonight. It was other guys making some plays. Arthur Millette made some really nice plays there down at the end.
Right.
Terrell Edmonds,
nice tackle there.
Had a nice sack. Alex Highsmith came in, had a sack. The big strip there.
Yep.
And then, they just kind of held serve. I mean, I can't really complain too much. There were still a couple questionable things they did, but overall tonight, they kept them in the game.
I can't complain. I can, and I will.
Oh, go ahead, JT.
Oh, yeah.
He's about to go off the rails,
how many countless times a tight end, a receiver, a running back, we were there for a potential stop, for a loss, or for no gain, and yet a break free for a gain of a first down or an extra step or two for that extra yards for that first down from that tight end or whatever. I thought Now, I don't know how much of that was just their players wanting it more than our defenders, or if we're just having a hard time getting these people to the ground and don't have very good leverage there. Because they had players stopped for losses and no gains and, stopped for third down conversions and stuff and let these guys through. So that kind of was disconcerting. They just kept doing it. They kept, gaining this. It's 3rd and 6, and they hit the hole and they have them stopped. You think it's 4 yards, and they, 2 more steps. He drives the pile forward. I don't know.
I don't know. I think for the first time this year that I can remember, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, because I know you will. I think this is the first time, first game this year that I think we really got torched by a tight end.
There's been multiple times, whether it was the Browns, like the Colts have been like the tight end has been featured in the offense versus the Steelers. Now, one thing to think about, and this is where I give them a pass, it was kind of like garbage time, right? They were always trailing. So it's a complete different situation.
Right.
And I would rather them be hitting, Mo Alley Cox in the middle of the field than Michael Pittman in the end zone. I have no problem with what took place in the middle of the field tonight with tight ends. And it's not something that we need to worry about going forward.
I mean,
well, they weren't. They weren't torching us very much.
And I mean, Jonathan Taylor finished the game with 86 yards. They kept him under 100.
Can I say something? What in the absolute hell was the Colts thinking? Like the first 3 drives, he had 2 carries for like 10 yards.
How about just the end of the football game? 3 timeouts. You wasted almost a minute of the football game. I mean, I have no idea. They look like they were working for us.
Grief over that. He'll definitely get some grief over that.
Yeah.
Some of his the way he handled that last.
Drive. Jelani Woods was their main target. He had himself a hell of a game.
He did, yeah.
Most of it
receiver, man. Jeez.
Most of it came in the second half, late in the game. I have no problem with it. I think when you take a holistic approach to how the Steelers need to win games with the current roster, they nailed everything tonight. I think everything went according to plan. They didn't turn the ball over. They played great defense. Special teams was,
coverage.
Like I said,
kickoff coverage was kind of not as up to par, but yeah, I mean, was it pretty? No, but when Steelers football is at its best, it's never pretty. So,
hey, shout out to one of our listeners out there, Shane, checking in. Thanks, brother. Staying up late with us, man. Appreciate it. Good to see you again.
To round it out, you guys want to do a player of the game? Do we even have one?
Yeah. Who do you want to go, man? Run the show. Pull the trigger.
Let it rip, baby.
Go ahead. Take it away.
You want me to take it?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go with Benny Snell. I think I'll go with Benny Snell. I almost said Snell.
Benny Snell. What was his total yards there?
Hey, 62 yards. But again, he had the touchdown, average of 5.2 yards per carry, had some chunk runs, ran the ball hard. I mean, he was just every bit as involved in this offense as anybody. For somebody coming in that wasn't really probably supposed to get a whole lot of carries.
I'm gonna have to give it to Kenny Pickett. Kind of an obvious one there, but I thought he took some steps forward. Still made some rookie mistakes. Boy, those two downs where we were driving the ball, we were into field goal territory, and I think they ran a run play and got nothing, and then they turned around and then he lost 12 or something like that on a sack. And he saw the guys coming. He should have just thrown it away. But aside for a couple missed throws, he bounced a couple to Pickens. I guess the one what really wasn't a bounce, but you can see the development coming, and I thought he kept us in the game when we needed it. We certainly don't want to see drives, multiple 3-and-outs to start the second half ever again in my lifetime. But other than that, I thought he did well. Maybe even get Georgie Boy a game ball on that one too.
My player of the game, you guys are gonna sit here and you're gonna laugh.
Oh,
I've shit on this dude every
Presley
week.
Harvin. Presley Harvin.
No,
finally gets
no. Mason Cole.
Okay.
I think when push comes to shove, someone on that offensive line needs to step up, right? And he's got people to the left of him, to the right of him that's been in and out of the lineup. And the only consistent factor so far on this offensive line, no matter what week you point to, you can say week 1, week 8, week 6, week 5. It's been Mason Cole. Tonight, he's played his best game.
Yeah. And you know what they always say? Because we haven't really heard Mason Cole's name a whole lot this year, especially on the penalty side. No. They always say if your name's not heard, that means you're doing
your job, or Cole, for that matter.
Yeah. Or James Daniels had some nice blocks tonight as well in the second level.
Yeah, that's what I meant. James Daniels, right?
Yeah. And you know what? I think I truly believe there is a core here to grow.
Certainly.
It's not
they're young
this year.
Right? They got to be put in the right positions to succeed. That's all it is.
Yes.
It's coaching. It's about coaching.
And that country up north of us is not the answer. But we are finally starting to see good things, like concepts that can lead to wins, as we saw tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was guys open. They just didn't execute them. They didn't execute the play. It was a good play call. It just wasn't executed.
It was one of those things where, hey, this guy's open, but we don't have time to get this pass off. Or this guy's open, but Kenny Pickett dumped it off. I'm actually excited.
The delay shovel pass. What was that?
Yeah,
that's just the
rollout delay shovel. Was that a play action shovel pass?
Yeah, how about that,
dude? I held my breath as soon as he went and shovel that thing.
It's like, well, no.
Yeah, 3rd and 1, shotgun formation. But hey, guys,
that's just a Canadian special, baby. Dump some maple syrup on it, fucking throw it down your throat. You're getting it next week too.
That's right.
What was the one I texted you guys about? What was it? Third and 13, and he dumps an outlet screen off to
right.
Who was it? Benny Snell for a gain of 4 yards.
At least we know the screen game is a possibility in this offense.
Right. We didn't know that already.
We didn't know.
You're right.
What?
All right, JT, rip it off, man. When can our fans catch us next?
Right. Well, hey, you can catch us up coming up tomorrow night, right, guys? We're going to bring a total breakdown of the game and really take a deep dive into it tomorrow night. Probably look for us to go live right around 8:30. And, hopefully we'll get some sleep, maybe take a nap sometime tomorrow for those of you Steeler fanatics that stayed up all night long. I got to tell you also, guys, Steelers Rome is going to be happy to announce a special guest coming up. Ooh. And we'll see how the timing works. But, a local news celebrity we're going to have on our podcast here. And I'm very happy to be able to announce her coming on as soon as she confirms. So looking forward to that. And of course, you can catch us here for our pregame for next week, usually on Thursdays. We have that one. So there you go, guys.
Cool.
Yeah,
all
man.
right, guys. Well,
don't miss a
thanks
minute.
for coming
Steeler
off the
coverage.
rails with me tonight.
That's it.
I appreciate it. It was a good one.
Thanks for
hosting. It was a
hosting.
happy one.
That's it.
So, hey,
are we
I
hitting
tell
the
you what,
silver streak speed yet? Are we going silver streak yet, dude?
oh, we'll see. We're saving the silver streak for the big one tomorrow.
All right.
Can't take all the eggs out of the basket,
CJ,
JT.
what were we going to say there, CJ?
I was about ready to say, are we not 2-0 in prime time off the rails?
That's right.
I mean,
that's good.
I wasn't going to bring it up, but you just did. We just got to play in prime time every week.
Prime time.
I'm gonna start shooting some emails to Matt Canada. We'll get the job done next week.
Sounds good.
Let's go.
All right, Steelers Nation. Thanks for coming off the rails with us. Thanks, CJ. Thanks, JT. I will see you boys tomorrow night. Guys, again, we were winner tonight. 24-17. Victory whistle was blown. Woo, woo. Good night.
Check back next week into the Steelers realm.